So around September of last year, that's 2023, my family and I took an overseas vacation very close by, of course, to Sri Lanka. We went to Kerala, Kochi, because sometimes the closest places to where you live are where you don't go on vacation because you always keep thinking, it's so close by, I'll go there, and you never end up going there. I mean, during university time for 3 years, I lived next to an amusement park and never went there once. So yeah, a little piece of advice for you there. If there's something you want to see and it's close by, don't put it off just because it's close by. But getting on to the purpose of this video, it is to review this Citizen EcoDrive CA4500-16X from the Future Force lineup. Now, on the last day of our vacation, we were back in the city after exploring the mountains, being on a houseboat, etc., and we decided to do some shopping. Well, that means me, because I'm a shopaholic. So we went to the Lulu Mall, which is, I believe, the largest mall in Kochi. Yeah, it says 2.5 million square feet, 280 outlets, blah blah blah. So it kind of was a paradise for shopaholics. And naturally, I wanted to go and check out the watch shops. So I saw shops there were shops there for Seiko. There was a Titan shop. Of course, Titan being an Indian brand, it's extremely popular. There was a Tissot shop. There was a Rado shop, and there was a Citizen shop. First, I went to a few of the other shops, but I never really found what I wanted, specifically as I had set a budget, because it's easy to get carried away, especially when you're in a foreign country and the prices are in a different currency, Indian rupees in this case. I mean, the Indian rupee to the Sri Lankan rupee is basically a 4:1 ratio, 1 Indian rupees, 4 Sri Lankan rupees. So things look really cheap when you see that RS tag followed by a much lower number than what you see in Sri Lanka. So then you've got to do some quick mental math. So I ended up at the Citizen store and I saw this, the EcoDrive Future Force CA4500-16X, which has a very nice light brown leather strap and a beige dial with black sub-dials. And of course, I knew I wanted it. The price was fairly decent also. It was well inside the budget that I had set, which was maximum of 30,000 Indian rupees. This watch came in at around 27,000 Indian rupees, so I was pretty happy. I mean, I saved up a bit of money and I thought I deserve a fairly decent watch. Why not? So I bought it without a second thought. And that's the purpose of this video, to review this watch, because it has some pretty neat features. Like, for example, it's an EcoDrive, so it uses solar power to charge itself and keep itself running. It's also got a very interesting feature that might just save your life. I'm being a bit dramatic there to get you to watch the next part of this video, but since you're intrigued now, stay tuned for the unboxing where I will talk about this potential life-saving feature that the watch has. Time to unbox the Citizen EcoDrive Future Force, but before I do, let me show you the sheer size of this box. I'm going to put my hand on it. See how large it is. It's massive. I mean, this is actually the largest watch box that I have in my collection of watches. It's absolutely huge. You open it, we can see there's a lot of dead space there. The watch on a pillow. Let's take that out for a minute because I want to show you a few of the other literature that comes with this watch. Here we are. We've got the EcoDrive care instructions. Okay, regular usage and storage to light. Not to store it in the dark for more than 6 months. Not a problem for me because like the watch gets kept out. It's used every few days. Even now it's being charged, so to speak. Your new EcoDrive is specially powered by proprietary EcoDrive technology. Okay. Converts any source of light into energy. Basically, it's a solar panel converting light into electricity and charging a little battery or a supercapacitor depending on what information source you read. How long does it take to charge? Outdoors on a sunny day, 2 minutes for 1 day use, 11 hours to full charge. Okay. Cloudy day, 40 hours to full charge. Inside under fluorescent light, 130 hours to full charge. Well, I guess what they're saying is that as long as you wear it on a regular basis, you don't need to worry. When fully charged, it will continue running even in total darkness for at least 6 months. Okay, that's fair enough. So yeah, I know how to care for this because this is my second EcoDrive, not my first. So then we have a little card telling us to refer to the below QR code for the manual of the watch. Okay, fine, we don't get a printed manual. Then we've got the guarantee card here, CA4500-16X, purchased on 29th September 2023. And you can see that in India, this watch has a 3-year, 3-month and 3-day guarantee. That's very nice. Whereas the international guarantee for this watch is a period of 1 year. However, things like damage due to owner's neglect, damage due to fire, natural disasters are not covered. Fair enough, I guess. I mean, you can't cover everything. So let's get all those things back into the box and let's take the watch out of its pillow. There we are. So as you can see, it's a beautiful watch. I really like the combination of the light brown leather strap and the very pale beige dial with black sub-dials. It's a very nice watch. Now you're probably wondering, what are these base 30 pulsations? Well, some of you might know. For those of you who don't, it's a way to tell your heart rate. So see, what you got to do is you feel for the pulse, and having a bit of trouble finding my own pulse. Oh, there we go. And click and count 30 beats. Still going. Got to wait for 30 heartbeats. Still going. Almost there, and 30. So let's see now. Okay, it's pointing at just above 90. So my heart rate is about 91 beats per second at the moment of shooting this video. Isn't that cool? You can use your watch in a very old-fashioned but suave way to measure your own heartbeat or someone else's heartbeat for that matter. Let's reset the heart meter or pulsation meter now. Watch how the second hand gracefully sweeps back to the 0 position. Actually, that's not the second hand, that is the second hand. You can see it moving there. So once again, a very, very nice feature. In fact, it was things like this, all the markings on the dial and the style of it, that got me to buy this watch. I had no idea what it did until after, when I had bought it and I was just sitting in the hotel room in India and looking at it and then trying to figure out what this base 30 pulsations was. Of course, Google came to the rescue. So I'm really happy I bought this watch. Strap is also worn beautifully. I mean, given that I tend to sweat a lot, and you know, this strap gets hard use. It's a Citizen 22, which means it's a 22mm strap. Okay, genuine leather, I have no doubt about that. Have a look at the back. Okay, we've got some serial numbers: Eco Drive, Citizen, water resistant. Okay, let's put it on, shall we? Because if there's one thing I really enjoy doing, it is wearing a watch. Look at that. Now, initially I thought that the watch strap and my skin tone were a little too close, but I mean, that's okay. It is truly a stunner. Fits very nicely. It's very comfortable. And I should also make another important point, and that is that the strap does not get itchy when I sweat. Now, this happens to some of my other watches with leather straps. Probably they are not genuine leather straps, or they are not of the best quality, in that my hand starts to itch a bit, particularly around where the buckle and the leather meet there. But I have never had any such issue with this watch. So it is truly a pleasure to wear for hours on end. And next up, I'll be showing you some video footage of this watch in sunlight as well as in the darkness as well. But for now that I've got it under my ring light, I'm going to keep it there for a bit and let it charge up. Because the thing with Eco Drive watches or any other solar watches, you can't wait for the watch to go fully depleted, that is, for it to stop working or for it to give you an alert that the battery is low before you decide to charge it. Think about these watches as being continually charged of sorts, you know, so you should wear them on a very regular basis so that they get charged and never get a chance to go completely to zero, because that is not good for the rechargeable battery or the super capacity or whatever it's called that's inside these watches. It's just like your mobile phone or your laptop. If you keep running it down to zero when it dies, that battery is not going to last very long. To keep the battery in good condition, you've got to keep topping it up. So yeah, there you go. Next up, footage of the watch in different types of lighting. So there we are. You've seen the unboxing and you've seen the life-saving feature. I talked about it. Okay, it may not be as life-saving, but who knows, if you needed to calculate someone's pulse rate in a hurry, maybe they were lying on the floor, they are bleeding out, and you want to make sure that their heart is still running at some sense of normalcy, you could use this watch to measure their pulse rate. I'm being dramatic, but hey, for YouTube you've got to be a little dramatic, right? So let's have a look at how the watch looks under different forms of lighting now. First up, let's see how it looks on an overcast day, because the day I'm shooting this video is actually quite overcast, because we are just coming out of having tropical monsoon rains kind of thing. So yeah, overcast day, I must say it looks quite nice. Bit of glare from the white clouds overhead. But otherwise, yeah, very nice. I like the way the strap also contrasts, and I just noticed another interesting point, that is, even though I've been wearing this watch quite regularly, the white contrast stitching on the strap has not gotten dirty. So that's nice. That's very nice. Next up, let's see how it looks in sunlight. Now that is where the watch really pops, so to speak. You can see it absolutely glimmers in sunlight, and the beauty of all its design elements, particularly that shade of beige that the dial is in, really comes out. Now let's switch things up a bit and let's have a look at it again under my ring light, in which I use to illuminate my unboxing area. You can see the ring light reflection a bit on the glass, but you can also see that under the ring light, which is actually a combination of daylight and warm white. I have set it like that because I think it gives the best blend of color temperature, so to speak. It looks pretty fine. I mean, I'm happy with it. Finally, let's look at it under artificial lighting, more specifically the daylight lighting in my model train room. Now here is where the leather strap shade gets a little washed out, perhaps because of the abundance of the pure white light, so to speak, but still it looks good, and the dial still maintains that eye-catching beige hue that it has. So yeah, I mean, this watch does look good under all forms of lighting, maybe a little less good under bright white artificial lighting. So I guess it's something you wouldn't want to wear if you were going to office and sitting under bright white tube lights, CFL lights or LED lights all day. But since I work from home, I don't have to worry about that factor that much. So there you are, my review of the Citizen Future Force. What is the model number again? CA4500-16X. Yeah, it's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Although it's not much of a mouthful as some of the Casio watches, like the one that I have reviewed / going to review, depending on when I put this video up, of course, which is quite a mouthful for that watch. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm still getting the hang of these watch videos, so please excuse any inconsistencies or slight errors. But thank you very much for watching, and do give me a subscribe. It really means a lot. Take care and have a good day.